Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to use Kabbalistic tarot cards to predict for you, coming from Sagittarius, predict the month of January 2017. So let me give these cards a bit of a shuffle, and then we can start. I'm going to pull out the first card to explain to you what can happen to you in your area of romance, marriage, or family for the month of January. So let's pull this card. It's facing you, which is always a good sign, and it shows that you are going to have some control of it. Now, I'm going to divide the card into two, and so this card is going to talk about the first half of the card, talk about the first 15 days of January for you in Sagittarius for the month of January. The first 15 days has enough progress. You are strong enough to control the situation of romance. So let's talk of romance first. And the first 15 days shows that in the area of romance, somebody from your past can enter into your life. That's one scenario. Or it can show that your present romance area may get a bit gloomy. So there's a slowdown which frustrates you about your romance. But the romance is intact. There's no big danger about that. The second half of the card now shows that there is some kind of blame coming for you in your romance area. And the area of blame is normally going to be as you, the victim. So watch out that the second half of the card can produce blame and some difficulties in your romance. Try not to create the blame yourself. Okay? In other words, don't do anything wrong where you may be the one who have done something wrong enough to put some pressure of depression on your romance. The second half of the card, as I said, is much better. And so you will tend to do well enough in your romance area in the second half of the card. But watch out for the blame part. Regarding marriage, the first half of the card shows that you are in control. And although solutions don't come easily to any kind of marriage issues, but you remain in control and you are doing well enough. Okay? But the second half of the month is going to produce plenty of problems. And these problems are going to show that a lot of stress and anxiety is going to be seen in your marriage areas. So watch out that the second half of the card shows depression as well. The general area for your family seems to be well enough for the whole month. There's no severity or breakdown. But the second half of the month can produce opposition and blame even in your marriage areas or family areas. So a mistake made in the second half of the month can become pretty bad. Now I'm going to pull the next card, which is to do for your career, business, or finances, and it's facing me. So it means that you don't have much control as far as your career, business, or finances are controlled in the month of January. Now, firstly, the first half of the card shows that past issues are frustrating you and causing depression in your career areas. The second half of the month of the card shows that the second half of the month regarding your career can become worse. And so opposition, differences with your colleagues or your bosses are shown a bit during about 40% during the first half of the month and going to about 65% during the second half of the month. So where your career is concerned, you're going to have struggle in the month of January. Regarding business, the first half of the card shows that there are delays that frustrate you. So getting good news won't be easy. Your determination levels remains good in the first half of the month, so you're not going to give up, but try to take the soft approach. The second half of the card, which represents the second half of the month of January, shows that ups and downs are seen a lot in your area of business. And your business areas can produce difficulties. Difficulties in the way where frustration or losses may even be seen. So watch out, don't be hasty or impatient in making decisions during the second half of the month. Otherwise, you're going to have some regrets in areas of business. It's better to be careful than to be adventurous in the month of January for you coming from Sagittarius as far as career or business is concerned. In the general financial area, you seem to be in need. So progress, expansion is better not considered too seriously, okay, for the month of January. The next card I'm going to pull is got to do with your health areas, and it's facing me, so which means that you are going to have some health issues to worry about for the month of January. The issues I can see firstly are to do with your spinal areas. You may have accidents, or you may have some difficulties of falling down, or you may just find that earlier backaches are now becoming worse. So the spinal area points out to have some difficulties in the month of January for you. The second is stress, where you have a lot of responsibilities, and one of the stressful areas I can see it's got to do with your digestion area. So watch out that maybe gastric problems may show up or become worse during the month of January for you. These are the two little areas of health that I would have concern for. So overall, the month of January for you is not the best. You can get some results in the first half of the month in any area of your life, but the second half of the month produces pretty much a lot of potholes and a lot of ups and downs for you. So go slow and don't take risks in the month of January. That's what the cards have advised you. If you have any questions for me, go to Facebook and follow me, and we can communicate through Facebook. In the meantime, thank you and goodbye.